This week on social media, a large number of people published their unhappy and concerned opinions regarding the new LRA tax changes. People wrote on Facebook, among other platforms, that LRA is forcing them to cough out exorbitant amounts of money over the normal quotas. In response to the allegations, the LRA Commissioner General Mr. Thabo Khasipe clarified that they have not introduced anything new, saying the process stems from the law that states that they have a right to access property after it has crossed the borders.
The customs procedures allow, and the law allows for you to clear some consignments and then give yourself the freedom to follow a week, 2, even a month, 3 months later, to go look at the paperwork as a post-clearance audit. You may have picked up an irregularity when you're reviewing the paperwork that you could never pick up at the border. Right? So it's a post-clearance audit. So it's not a new procedure at all. It may have been new to the second-hand motor vehicle importers. They may have never have to deal with post-clearance audits. But this time, due to risk analysis, it was picked up that valuation in that sector needs to be looked at in order to secure government revenue.
Mr. Khasipe affirmed that an important thing lacking behind is the public education on value-added tax over the normal sales tax, especially on cars procured as a second-hand based on the value they get herein.
After a routine process of risk analysis, which picked up potential for some under-declaration happening, that may not have been deliberately intended to avoid or evade tax. That could have been occasioned by maybe lack of understanding of the procedures. And in so doing, we came across a number of cases where vehicles, second-hand motor vehicles, were under-declared. And in accordance with procedure, in accordance with the law, the Customs Administration then adjusted the valuations to basically, as I said earlier, remember, it is the value which is taxed, not the price. So they then raised a valuation to determine the correct value of the vehicles.
LRA highlighted that it is trying to ensure that the government gets its tax dues through expanding its tax net to reduce the high under-tax scenario in the country. It says it is also going to introduce what it dubbed voluntary declarations next month.
A voluntary disclosure program. Kore ha o tla o ipolela e se ka hobane o susumetswa ke o ba go setse morao. O ipolela le maipolelo. O bolela hore wena ho na le mohlomong kuno ye itseng, tšhelete ye itseng, income ye itseng e bang o ntse o sa e hlaisi ka mabaka ao re sa batleng le wa utlwa ka jeno. Re tla wa moela hore o tle o tlise ditaba tseo o re phetlele dibuka tsa hao o re bontshe dikgwebo tsohle tse o nang le tsona tse ding tsa tsona tseo e ba mohlomong ne ntse di sa hlae le tax returning ya hao. Re tla di amoela taba tseno no, mme re sebedisa matla re nang lona ka hare ho molao. Re tla tshwarela dikotlo tse bang o no tla o ba le tsona.
The primary complaint among the masses was that the new LRA administration has increased the tax quotas apart from what has been the norm. Rapitso, LTV News, Maseru.